Well, today on Break It Down with Bordick, special guest Austin Hays is 22 years old, drafted in 2016. He's the first player to make it to the big leagues from that draft and had a monster year in the minor leagues. Minor League Player of the Year for the Baltimore Orioles and top 5 finalist for the whole country, Minor League Baseball Player of the Year. So incredible season, and just called up to the big leagues, and he has been putting on a show. A lot of fun to watch. What are your first impressions, first of all, I guess, of the year you had and then making it to the big leagues?
It happened really fast.
Yeah.
You know, getting to skip low A and starting high, I was honored that they had enough confidence in me to do that, and then to have a good first half that I did and get the opportunity to go to Double A and just get to play there was great. And then getting called here was, I don't want to say shocking, because I knew there was an opportunity. Once you get to Double A, there's one call away, but it was a lot faster than I thought.
Has everybody made you feel comfortable here at the major league level?
100%.
Yeah?
100%. Jonesy's been great. Especially talking to me about this dome. I never really played in a dome before. I mean, Toronto, I think they had the roof closed one time, so I really didn't even get to shag any balls with, not a sky.
Yeah,
we were talking about this yesterday, and he was just giving me some pointers and things like that. So he's been great.
From the minor leagues, I hear all the time, especially for outfielders, these major league parks have a third deck. Does that come into play at all?
The perception does kind of mess you up a little bit. I wanted to say, when I was in right field in Yankee Stadium, off the bat, it just looked like every ball was being hit to me, just because there is that third deck, and it just kind of messes with your eyes a little bit. When in most other parks I'm at, I'm looking up and it's just a sky. Now there's a ton of people and a lot more stuff for the ball to catch on to.
Right, and I'm sure it comes off a little bit hotter here, more consistently.
Yeah,
at the
ball
major
carries
league
a little bit more, the balls are a little harder, flies a little better.
Yeah. So we talked a little bit about your offense, and I wanted to kind of focus on your defense because, Buck Showalter talks all the time. Your defense really can't go into a slump up here. Your bat probably will someday, and I'm not talking about you, and I'm just talking about a player in general that comes to the major league level. So defense has to be there, and you've already shown some great signs defensively. You have a real quick first step. You have a stronger arm than I think a lot of people thought, even though when you were drafted, it was a plus arm coming out, but there's accuracy there. Have you always taken a lot of pride in your defense?
Yeah. All the coaches I've played for, they would never let me take a play off. I've been fortunate to have a lot of guys that make me focus on every pitch, every play, always trying to get better. And there's a Pete Rose quote that I heard, I think I was like 13 or 14, and he talked about how defense is a completely different entity than offense. One doesn't affect the other, one never should affect the other. So that kind of hit home with me, and that's something that I've always carried close, of just never taking my at-bats out to defense or never bringing something bad that happened out there into the box and letting it affect me.
You guys, you had an exceptional outfield in Double A. I mean, you had some boppers too, guys that could hit and play defense. Is that the hope of one day play with, your teammates from Double A or even Single A that you played with before?
Yeah, it would be awesome to be able, in 5 or 6 years, maybe we're all out there, maybe established if everything works out the way everybody wants it to. But yeah, it'd be crazy to look back and say, oh wow, we were in Bowie, 5, 6 years ago, and look where we are now. So yeah, that would be something that would be really cool if that's how it worked out somewhere down the line.
Yeah. You gonna win a spot coming in the spring?
That's what I want. That's my goal.
There it is. Austin Hays, exceptional year, obviously minor league player of the year for the Orioles organization, and it's a young superstar in the making. It's been a lot of fun to watch the progress and now getting a chance at the major league level. Thanks a lot for being on Break It Down with Bordick.
Appreciate you having me, man.
All right.